Some of Obama's strongest supporters now seem to be expressing a case of buyer's remorse, some of them. The liberal blogosphere that helped Obama lock off the Democratic nomination showing some concern over his recent move to the center on some key issues. Some Democrats are questioning Obama's plan to expand President Bush's faith-based programs and his support of the new FISA bill. Now with us is Republican pollster Chris Wilson and Democratic strategist Michael Brown. Let me go to you first, Michael. As a fellow Democrat, do you have some of the same concerns I do about his statement on the new FISA bill and on faith-based initiatives?
Well, I think you have to understand, Alan, and you and I obviously agree on most things, but obviously the biggest thing on his agenda, and I think on most Democrats' agenda, is for him to get elected.
Yeah, but with honor and dignity and with some core values.
Well, and I think he's going to keep his core values. I think it's different, obviously, in primary races as opposed to general election races. But as you know, Alan, I don't hear folks on the right talking about how Senator McCain has moved from the center and moving further right.
Yeah, I agree with you. But look, I don't believe the government should be in the business of deciding what a religion is or what constitutes a religion. And I believe you need to get a warrant if you're going to wiretap somebody. And I think those are key core issues and values that are key to who we are as a nation.
But I haven't heard Senator Obama. I think some of those issues, I don't think he likes the bill completely 100%. I think there are some issues that he does have with the bill, and those could be some of those clauses that he wants to take out or certainly, I think, amend. So I don't think it's necessarily true that he supports the bill 110% without some amendments.
All right, now, Chris, as Michael pointed out, and I've been singing this tune, no matter what you think of Obama and changing positions, I'm not fond of the issues where he stands on the ones we just mentioned, but I've got more issues with John McCain, and he has flip-flopped. He would not even vote today for his key pieces of legislation with his name on it, whether it's McCain-Feingold or McCain-Kennedy. He couldn't put his signature on those issues given his current stances. And let's not even talk about his willingness to drill and look at Anwar.
Well, I think you've got to look at what's going on specific to Obama, because it's really
you want to change it to Obama. I'm asking you about McCain.
Well, McCain has sort of grown and looked at in his approach to issues, and I think there's a big difference between someone who runs on a position in a primary and then changes his position wholeheartedly during the general election. And you didn't even mention pulling out of Iraq. I mean, we've gone from immediate withdrawal to now let's start to look at things.
He said 16 months all along, Chris. He said it again today. He said it during the campaign. He reiterated it today. He would do it over 16 months.
He's done a good job of growing his position over time. I will tell you, when you look at founders of the Daily Kos website saying they're going to withhold contributions from Obama because of the actions he's taking, because of his movement to the middle. You've got Arianna Huffington starting to lead this mutiny on the left. I think that he's got some real challenges because this is where he's built his core support. This is where he's tried to grow. It's where his contributions have come from.
Alan, didn't you ask him about McCain?
Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
That's what I thought I did.
Hey, guys, it's Rich. Michael, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If I were a naive, achingly idealistic young liberal, and I supported Barack Obama in the primaries because I was so inspired, and he told me he was going to filibuster telecom immunity, and he told me he was immediately going to renegotiate NAFTA, and he told me he was committed to public financing of elections more almost than anything else, wouldn't I feel very used right now?
Well, what you'd feel is it's important to get him elected. And
well, wait a minute.
I'm
a naive, achingly idealistic liberal, remember? That's why I supported him.
Well, maybe you are deep down in real life, but outside of your hypothetical, general election politics is much different. The goal is to win, and Democrats have had a long history of us kind of making sure that we make our point rather than winning first.
Well, Michael, but why didn't Barack Obama just tell us that? Why didn't he just tell us that instead of the hope and the change? Why didn't you say, I'm all about winning?
I got to give Republicans a lot of credit because their history shows they don't care what people think. They win first and then figure out how to fix those bridges later. And that's what I think Senator Obama is trying to figure out, is what to do. He has to make sure he wins first, and then he'll bring the left. And the left isn't going to go anywhere. We love Senator Obama. We want him to win, especially if the other choice is John McCain. So this is one of those easy decisions.
Different type of politician, and that's not what we're seeing here.
Chris, Barack Obama pretended to be something different. He pretended to be something new, with emphasis on pretended. Because now even Michael, committed Obama supporter, is telling us no, he's just all about winning.
But to win,
Go ahead, Chris. Michael, let Chris talk. Michael, let Chris talk. We'll come back to you.
There's nothing wrong with
now
winning.
we're finding out that he was for welfare reform before he voted against it, and we're finding just the credibility is being strained to the point. And I think it ties back into what we were talking about last week, which is the arrogance of Barack Obama and sort of feeling like he can say one thing in the primary, something else in the general, and it's not. I agree with Michael's point that you're not going to see the lefties on the net and on the internet that really have nothing else to do with their time and nowhere else to go. They're going to come back to him, but it still creates real problems for him in terms of the energy behind his effort.
It's shocking to me that we're talking about Obama when McCain is behind in the polls. This is unbelievable. You all are reaching for straws as usual.
All right. Michael, Chris, happy July 4th. See you next time.
Thank you. You too. I appreciate it.
Coming up, a new book is